Welcome to Slab Podcast, episode 88, where the grades matter, are no rules. How you doing, Professor Oak?
What is up, Greenie? Dagreenshiz. Hey guys, you may remember us from such podcasts as December 2023 or Chris Summer 2024. I feel like it's been intermittent this summer, but we are on it. We're rocking and rolling. So hi Josh.
Good
Hi
evening.
everybody. What's happening? What's new? Fun games.
I'm standing. Last episode, I was laying on the ground in the darkness. Now I have light.
We were. Yep.
So
It was. You were bordering on only Don fans for a second there.
Yeah, it wasn't great. So I'm excited. I'm excited to be here. Still alive, and this is going to be an awesome episode. I've been looking forward to it. That's for sure. How about you?
Same, and I'm very excited, but I'm glad you're feeling better. I know you've been through the wars past couple of months with your back and your nipple surgery. I know it's a sore subject, but
It's real sore. You want to see it?
we're gonna get it out there. We need to see your shirt. We need to see your sweater. That's what we need to see. Let's look at this, guys. Let's give a pokey chef.
Chef's kiss. I think I got rid of I had a hat too that would match it, but I need to buy another one. I love that hat.
Like a cap that went with it. Yeah, love it.
Yeah. It's like our Slab Podcast, but with the Muddy Duck logo.
Yeah, I need to wear mine more. I feel bad wearing it. I feel like I need to display it. It's like so fresh. It's so like sharp and clean. I feel bad if I wear it. I don't want to get like a mark on it.
I wear it around town. Mine's right here.
You can see it there. It just pokes out. Oh man.
Well, looks good with the shirt. Let's go.
No, with the beard. That beard, it just snaps. Just like bing.
It's getting a little. Usually, we're gonna get into my beard now. I because of my back issues, I haven't been able to go to the barbershop to get my hair cut. My wife's been doing it for the last 2 months.
We don't hate it.
But my beard, she won't do, and I won't probably have her do it. So I've been doing it myself, and I freaking hate doing my own beard. I can get rid of my neck beard and line it up, but
just let it go rogue. We want rogue.
No, it's got you gotta fade it a little bit. You gotta.
Joshua, you are not a pretty boy. We don't need pretty boy. We want rogue.
No, I'm not. I am a pretty boy. I'm in sales, so
no. We want Michigan. We want car guy. We want the guy with a little bit of grease on his elbow. That's what we want.
Ain't gonna happen.
Don't sweat it.
Ain't gonna happen.
Yeehaw.
You ain't gonna catch me looking like Ponga, though. I'll tell you that much.
What? What do you mean by that?
He had to clean shave recently because he has to wear a respirator, I think. So that'll never happen.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So,
ever.
I'm trying to think if I've seen you clean shave. You've never been clean shaven, right?
Since I've known everybody in this hobby.
I'm trying to picture you in my head clean shaven, and that memory isn't there. No, it's been a while.
I was like 18 and I had a goatee, so I graduated with a goatee.
I remember sneezing when I was like 13 and hairs popping out. I'm the same, but I'll shave, beard, stubble, shave, beard, stubble, like I'll like alternate. It's been a while since it was as long as yours. It's been quite a while actually since it was as long as yours. It's fun, but just take maintenance for sure. I feel you.
Yeah, it's not great. Being in sales, you got to keep up on it. You can't get too lazy with it. That's for sure.
Don't overthink it. people like it rough and ready. You wanna talk about who won the last spicy topic?
The floor is yours, man. You've earned it.
Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to announce it? And
Yeah, I can. This is the end of the episode, everybody. I appreciate you coming out.
okay,
We'll
listen,
see you in
guys.
2 weeks. No.
Listen, I'm just trying to feed my ego right now. So let's talk about last episodes. I can't say last week at the moment because we missed it, but last episodes, spicy comment. Oak won. Professor Oak, and he said 99% of the hobby couldn't pass a 100 random Pokemon ID exam. I gotta be honest, I may be in that 99%. Like, there's sometimes I'll look at one and I know it, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I know this Pokemon, and I just can't think of the name. You know, I would say it's usually within the past 3 or 4 generations, which is annoying. Sword and Shield, I feel like I've got a pretty good spot, but some of the last few, and I would say, I don't mean this facetiously. I genuinely mean 99% of us probably couldn't get those because there's some weird ones in there. There are some randoms, there's some weird ones, there's some funny looking ones, and there's also some that look very close to other ones. Yeah, I mean, you could pull a few up, and I'd probably struggle a little bit. I think you would too, and I think a lot of the audience would.
I think we're gonna put you to the test since it was
Have you
your spicy
studied?
What?
Have you studied?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Just like you studied for to become an American, this is what I've been doing the last 2 weeks.
Sweet, we're ready.
So this is you. Nail it. Easy.
Diggly Bop. I mean, literally, like I would really struggle.
I knew that for sure. Gothia.
Yeah.
All right, this one's mine.
Okay. Oh, come on.
Oh God, it's a starter, and I don't know it. Oh shit, it's a starter, right? What is it? I don't even. You don't know either. What is it? I'd say more than 99%. It's like 99.9% of people can't guess a random 100 Pokemon all regions. Fennekin. Damn it, Jim. All right, next one. This is all you. You got this, bud. Are
Nope.
you 0 for 2? All right, my turn. Slow poke.
What the?
I'm winning. We'll go to first one to get 3 right.
Oh, this is the British one. I should know this one. I can't think. This is terrible. This is the worst segment on Rouge. This is literally the worst segment we've ever done because you just completely proven my spicy
I
topic.
pass. It's your turn. There you go.
Oh, I've had too much to drink, man. It's
Come on. No shot. You're embarrassing. You're 0 for 7 or whatever it is. You got to get all right. First one to get 2 right.
All right, go on then.
You give up, pass.
Yeah, I quite would think.
Iron Valiant.
I'm terrible. I'm not in the position.
All right, GG's. You know that one?
It's another one. It's exactly what I was saying. Like I know it. I can picture it exactly in my head, but just can't think of the name.
Chin Chow.
Yep.
from the game, is it Wishy-Washy or is it
No.
it's the Donzo? Wishy-Washy's
Yeah.
the
It's a Neo Reno. Is it Neo Queen?
Jesus Christ. I probably would have ended the podcast if you got this one wrong. I literally would have turned it off.
Mm.
All right, last one.
I'm so this
I
is
did not know that at all. Mandabuzz, cool.
this is 1,000% confirming how bad I am at names. Like, it's so cringy how difficult it is. I was not joking when I said 99% couldn't pass that test. There's no way.
That Iron Valiant, though.
But solid. And as soon as you said it, and as soon as I saw it, I knew it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I think there was maybe 2 on that list where I'm like, oh, actually, I couldn't remember that name. But the other ones, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, yeah, I knew it. I just couldn't. And I don't think it's any like memory test or intelligence test or any of that kind of stuff. I just genuinely think there's so many freaking Pokemon. There's so many. I don't know how your brain can reference the synapses or however it works. I just don't think your brain can reference that many things that you've learned over so many years. You could just reference it and just pull it straight away. I just can't. There's no way. It's like if you asked a question about something you learned in college, 10 years ago, you couldn't remember. But as soon as they told you the answer, you'd be like, oh, yeah, I remember learning that. I remember studying it. It like pulls it out of it. I don't know how it is. I don't know how it works. I don't know. But the Iron Valiant, like you said it, and I was like, yep. Like, knew it. It's like literally, Chinchou. You said it, saw it. It's instantly. Yeah, I don't know. It's just how it works.
You gotta practice more. The way it goes.
But why? Okay.
Why not? So you can teach your kids. My son's teaching me some stuff lately.
And what do? You grab these and you go, okay, what's this one? What's this one? What's this one? Like, that's how you do it. That's how you remember in the moment. You have fun.
My son likes playing Pokemon battles now, where we take a stack of cards and we basically play war. It's pretty fun. And whoever's got the strongest attack wins.
Are we using numbers?
Yep.
No.
Yeah, the strongest, based on the strongest attack. Whoever's got the biggest number for attack wins.
That's what I thought. Yep.
But he does know what weaknesses are. So he says, oh, yours is grass. My fire guy beats you. Doesn't matter. Smart kid. 4 years old. He's going places.
Yeah, I love that a lot. I mean, that is like that's the next step. That's like the next tier of it, isn't it? Because I remember, I mean, he's 4. I remember being like 10 and like 9, 10 years old or whatever, and thinking, attack. Like the HP wasn't that much of a part of it. Weaknesses, like I don't remember ever thinking about weakness until the game, to the actual, the video game.
And that's what he started with, watching me play Violet or whatever, and he's played it now, dabbled with it.
Yep. So he's definitely feeling it. We've got Switch 2 upcoming, right? I know we have that on that notes.
Switch you 2. Buying? You buying?
No.
No?
Did you?
Is it out?
Tomorrow.
Oh, shit. Damn. The day this goes live.
It's drop time. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. I just got my Switch this past Christmas. The fuck? I'm all set. I think I'm covered for another 12 years until I get the next Nintendo console, when they decide to do the better graphics in 12 years.
That's the thing, is like, it's really not that much different from what I can gather. Like, I did look at the differences and I'm like, I'll just keep the Switch. I got the OLED, like the nice version of it. I'm like, it's basically the Switch 2. Like there really isn't that much of a difference that I can tell. I mean, that I could care, I think is the other thing too. It's going to give me the same game either way. You know, Scarlet, Violet, whatever the next generation is, it's going to look the same pretty much between the two of them. Isn't going to interact that differently.
If I could play GTA 6 on the portable handheld, maybe I'd get it.
If you played GTA 5 on cell phone,
No.
you can, and
Wild.
it's very small and very difficult.
Yeah.
It's not very easy to do well. You can play it, but you can't play it very well. You need a screen.
That's crazy.
I'm curious if they're gonna. I mean, I imagine they would, you know, for the wider audience or whatever. But they'll probably drop it to be able to play on. I mean, you can already play on the PS app if it's PlayStation. You can play any game on there through PlayStation.
Huh.
But you can actually download it as a game at the moment on iPhone. Is its own thing, and yeah.
Yeah, I played GTA 3 on my phone probably freaking 10 years ago. And it wasn't terrible. Like,
Really?
I was shocked. Yeah. It was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. I tried GTA 5 a little while, months ago, and I was like, this is not going well.
Get your money back.
Maybe it was user error. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't do too great with it. But yeah, I genuinely, I think we just proved it. You guys, you just saw.
Which makes it not very spicy.
99% of the hobby couldn't pass a random Pokemon ID exam. And I know there's going to be a lot of you people in that comment saying, I got 100% on that one. How did you not get that one? It's great when you're not under pressure and you're not recording. And you got plenty of time to think. And you can pause the video and all the rest of it. If I'd have gone through that and I'd have thought about it for a little while, I probably would have got every single one of them.
Should I replay the ones we did and see if you remembered?
I still probably wouldn't remember.
No, exactly.
Literally, like, yeah, it's straight out one side.
Well, congratulations on your spicy comment win. Everyone, drop your spicy comments down below, please. That would be fantastic.
Do you think it was spicy, or were you expecting that?
No, I don't know how you won. That wasn't spicy. I mean, I get why you won. I guess it was spicy, but it's factual. So,
okay, that's what I'm asking. Like, that's true, right? Like, most of us wouldn't. Maybe it's spicy in the fact that, like, ego-wise, we wouldn't want to accept it or agree to that. Like, no, I know all the names of Pokemon. You probably do, but like in the moment, if you're doing an exam and like people like you need to answer right now, you probably wouldn't get it. I think circumstances is another part of it.
Yeah, in passing 70 out of 100, unless you're looking at like to become an American, you got to get a 6 out of 10, which is like a D. But
I would really struggle if someone sat there asking me at a table. I would really struggle.
Yeah,
I mean, even the Slowpoke, I probably would have said Ditto was. I don't know, like it. Probably not, but I still like it would have been a struggle just under the pressure, under the gun, exam nerves or whatever the phrase is for it. Yeah.
Speaking spicy, so next week spicy comments. What do you got?
I'm gonna call someone out. You, Mr. Dagreenshiz, and I have just been on Baski's channel. Right, that was fun. I enjoyed it. I had a good time on the channel. He hosted me, very gracious. It was fun. Talked about stuff, had fun, interacted with the chat. You were on there, had fun, talked through questions, interacted with the chat. My spicy comment is Mr. Bisky needs to set up some game nights. you need to bring some game nights, bro. We need fun back in this hobby. You need to bring all these people that you're friends with. Everybody knows you. Everybody loves you. Let's kick it up a notch. Let's do a game night. That's my spicy comment.
There it is. I was really hoping you were gonna say you need to quit using stream, whatever he was using to stream, because
yeah,
it kept cutting me out. It cut you out. I heard like you went
it was
video
a tough
out.
time.
What the Bierski? That's not my spicy comment, but Jesus Christ.
I forgot about that till you said it. Yeah, it was a tough time.
I thought that was the path you're going down. I guess it wasn't. My spicy comment is 93% of PokeTubers are completely useless, and I will let you know at least a few next week if I win.
I feel so attacked.
You're not a PokeTuber. You don't make videos. Calm down. Calm down. You and old school are completely excluded from that because you don't upload.
Where the hell is OSP? Like gone.
On eBay Live.
Not even a shadow. Gone.
Yep. Him and Walrus are scissoring on eBay Live.
It's cute though. I do like watching them on eBay Live. Sometimes I'll just go in there and I'll just watch. They don't even know I'm there. It's like a weird like stalking thing. I just jump in. And sometimes I'll jump in and I'll watch like I don't know. I do a random chef, Wonder. I'll just jump in. And I'll just Dan like you know. I'll just jump in and I'll watch people.
Except Dan's never there.
Well,
what's Mason been doing with Pokey Chef? They've been collabing on eBay Live. I think I saw.
Yeah, I was confused on that. So Mason went live, but it wasn't Mason's eBay. It was Chef eBay. But then the package I got was from Pokemon Wonder. So, because I bought some stuff from them. So I don't know. They're teaming up, and I kind of like. I'm here for it. I want to see collaborate. I want to see collaboration. I want to see us interacting and playing off each other. There's no way.
Yep.
How old?
I was 18.
You're like 12. There's no way you were 18 there. Let me see that again.
I had a goatee.
There's no way you're 18. So 18 here, you're still in school, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I was probably just about to turn 18.
You look so young.
So innocent.
Yeah. I could tell you weren't completely innocent though. I know, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, you opened some packs by then.
Yeah. Still playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Probably around then.
Bro, oh my God, 18 years old. Man, I was a different person. It's a different life.
It's about half your life ago, about a little more.
Oh, I mean, I feel a little bit sick. I hadn't thought about that. Literally, it's more than half my life ago.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, it's not quite half mine yet, but it's creeping up on her pretty quick.
Oh my God, that made me feel a little bit sick. I hadn't consciously thought about that until you just said it.
Damn. Yeah, you've been around the block a couple times there, Bubba.
Yeah, I mean, I literally live in a different continent, different family, different career, different home. Like there is very little that's the same as when I was 18 years old. Very little.
That's crazy.
Yep. You have a lot of consistency and proven what's the word? When you're like strong with something. I'm trying to think what the word is. I'm so bad at this.
No clue. Give me a vowel. I don't know.
When you like stick at something, you're like really good at sticking at it. Oh, I don't know.
Persistent.
Assistant.
Persistent.
Oh, yeah.
Sticking
Persistent
at
would
it.
work. Yeah.
I
It's
don't
not
see
what I
how
was
that.
thinking, but
Yeah.
I guess that would work. Yeah, persistent.
All right. So you're out next week. No episode,
Yeah, I'm out.
possibly next week. We'll see.
If there's anyone in Maryland or Pennsylvania, I am going to be, or Delaware, I'm going to be traveling around your areas next week. A lot of driving and flying, visiting some of my locations that I manage for the first time. So that'll be fun. Yeah, give me a shout out. Maybe I'll stop by, give you a high five.
You're gonna look up some card shops while you're out there.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, mate, it'd have to be like right after I get out of work and kind of start heading to the next location, kind of thing. I could jump in there on the way. One of the locations I'll be at one of the days is Baltimore, which I've heard is can be interesting for location. I don't know if it's like the most like warm southern approached. I don't know how to word it nicely. I've heard it's like
that way. Chicago,
yeah,
Detroit, Baltimore.
yeah. When I first came here and I landed in Chicago, I was like, whoa, like this is very different to anything I've ever known.
A wee bit.
And yeah, they were saying that Baltimore can be pretty interesting, the area that I'm going to be at. So I'm intrigued to see what that looks like. They went as far to say I shouldn't walk across the street to get my lunch at the restaurant across the street. I should order it for delivery instead. So it did worry me a little bit because I'm very English, despite how almost American I am.
Yeah.
I love the killer golf clubs. And yeah, so give me a shout if you guys Baltimore. I'm gonna be some areas of a few different areas of Maryland and Pennsylvania. So I know some of you out there in the sticks. But after that, so I'll be out next week. I'm doing the podcast next week, so I'm gonna be driving, a lot of work going on. But the week after we should be ready to rock and roll. And then I think the week after that, I want to say, so that'll be 23rd. I think that will be July. Maybe there's another week after that too.
Yep.
No. Think.
Yeah, 2 weeks we're live with Beerski and Ponga on this podcast. And then 2 weeks after that would be the next live we do.
Okay. So we got the live with the guys, and then we'll do a regular podcast, and then maybe we do a live of July 4th week is a Friday, and maybe we'll go live on the Wednesday, a couple of days before. That will be right after I become an American. So I'll become an American the week before that. Very exciting.
Oh yeah, dude.
But my oath ceremony is scheduled. I got final review and approval through. They said I'm a good little boy and I can have my certificate. So good to go there. And been a long 12, 13 years process, and we're there. We got there. So just got to get in front of the judge, hold my hand up and say, I'm a good boy, I'm ready to go. And yeah, I'm wrong with it. So we should have a little bit of a party. I think I'm excited about it. It's a big deal. I've been pretty emotional about it. It's been fun planning, go through the process. Yeah, big deal. New life. Yeah, new person at that point. I'll be born again. So you get like a naturalization certificate, like a citizenship piece of paper, basically, and it's essentially like your birth certificate. Like you've become American, like you're an adult, but like here's your birth certificate, like as an adult kind of thing. Excited. Yeah.
That's pretty
cool.
sick. What is one of the questions you almost got stumped on? Do you remember?
They asked me, I know we talked about it. I picked up the revision paper that I had. They asked me like literally the easiest ones there were. I got so lucky. None of the ones I was worried about, they asked me about, not a single one. So one of them was like, who becomes president if the which I think I asked you actually, if the president and the vice president can't, Speaker of the House can't become president, Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson at the moment. Another one was when do we celebrate Independence Day? Ironically, I was like, well, July 4th. I was like, actually, it started, give the year 1776. And then another one was, I'm trying to think. It was something like, why did the Civil War happen? And I was like, well, there's slavery and there was like high taxes from from the British, that kind of stuff. We were trying, America was trying to celebrate, not trying to celebrate, trying to separate from the British because of that stuff. She was like, yeah, like I got 100% on all the questions, all the exam, or like everything went. It couldn't have gone more perfect. She gave me like all the easy ones that I felt really solid on. Didn't ask me any of the ones that I kept forgetting and I kept struggling on. And I realized the couple of days leading up to it, I was going over a lot of the same ones I was struggling on. It was all the ones with names, which ironically, we just talked about the Pokemon one. You brought up the faces. I couldn't think of the names. It's the same thing. I think I have just my brain doesn't work well with names. I think is all it is. I was really struggling with that. She didn't really ask me any of those, so that was helpful. And then she asked me a lot of the questions on like, are you a terrorist? Like, if you committed crimes, have you done this? It was no. Just going through the list, and I was like, I'm sorry. I feel so vanilla. Like I feel really vanilla right now. I don't really have anything interesting to like add to my interview. And it was the end of the day, and she was like, no, I'm good. She was saying, I've already had felons this morning trying to get, citizenship, and a lot of paperwork and a lot of requests having to be sent to different departments stuff. She was like, this is exactly what I needed to like finish the day out. It was like someone vanilla, don't worry. She was reassuring me, and I was like, okay, good. She was great. It couldn't have gone any better. So I feel really good about it. Hopefully that's it. It's just done. I'm just go to the oath ceremony now and kind of wrap it up, get a signature on the paper from the judge. So
awesome.
Yeah, big breath, big breath, and excited. Yeah.
Yep. It's huge. Now you won't get deported from your family, man. It's huge.
Yeah. We've got a couple of weeks left. Just can't beat up anyone until then, and then we're good. Yeah. No fraud. Can't steal. Can't rob any banks. I'm just gotta be a good boy. Yeah.
Lay low. No driving. No, I'm joking.
No real life. You think of anything Rockstar dev team, anything that they would think to do, don't do.
Yeah.
Anything GTA or Red Dead, don't do it. You're good. Essentially.
Huge. Awesome, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Congrats. Welcome. Even though you've been here for a long time.
I have.
Getting into some of our topics, getting to Pokemon again. New PSA locations are being derived. We have one in Plano, Texas. They're going to be grading just tickets. And then also in Boca Raton in Florida, they're going to be doing grading of PSA cards. So, or not PS of cards going into PSA slabs. And ironically, it is sharing a complex with SGC.
Which is PSA, I guess. But
yep, SGC is owned by collectors.
what was your first initial thoughts on that? Because for me, let me just add to it. Both those locations felt, at first thought, like first glance, felt very specific. So it's saying like, we're gonna do Plano, Texas. We're gonna do the tickets, and I was like, feels oddly specific. It feels like why? Why would they pick that? Why would they go with that for the grade and that kind of stuff? And the more I thought about it, I was like, I would say that about any location.
Yeah.
And they could have picked any location on what I thought, that's specific, And I think it was just a weird initial thought. I think they just need more locations, and we all know that they're too busy. We've seen in the first few months this year, we got some not great turnaround times. They weren't fantastic at pushing things out quickly, pushing things out with quality. My submission was the worst 10 ratio in the past 5 years ever.
Brutal.
Literally the worst. It was not dreadful, but dreadful in comparison to most of the others I've done. They just need more people. They need more locations. They need to be at a spot where they can comfortably manage what's incoming and what the customers need. I'm optimistic that these changes, especially with Florida, like East Coast style, I know we have New Jersey, whatever, but Florida, like Southeast, huge market. There's so many people in, Florida, Georgia, Carolina, Texas, like it's just Southeast in general. They could all flow over here, and then Texas. I guess Texas could go west either way, but there's a need for it, and satisfying that need, having things maybe build out a bit of redundancy. Maybe some locations a little bit quieter. They can take some of the influx when things get a little bit busy. Maybe they run specials in the area, take something from that kind of stuff. I think they needed it. I feel good about it. I'm excited about it. I think the only thing I'm a little I don't know, dubious is, are they going to know what they're doing? Is there going to be people in that town? Are they going to move people over to train? What's that going to look like with the actual graders, the actual people that are looking at these things, playing with this stuff, holding this stuff under the light? I'd imagine they're going to have the best setup, the most optimized setup, the most optimized lighting, technology, whatever it is. I do think they would invest in that. If they're going to do it, if they're going to set up locations, hopefully they would give them the good stuff. At this point, they've got the money. They have the customers, they have the demand, it's there. So that makes sense. We need experience, right? We need experience and skill.
Yeah.
For this stuff. So what's your first thoughts? What did you think about it?
The Plano Tech, I was talking to my local game store or card shop. It's like a sports card shop. Yeah. And the Plano, Texas one was weird for us. Like, we had thought that maybe they could turn it into a card grading eventually, because right now it's just tickets, and it does give them a little bit more U.S. globalization, kind of like taking up more of the map. And the Florida one makes sense just because that's where SGC is, and they'll be able to utilize current employees. If SGC gets slow. That's weird, though, to me, because SGC has a 9.5 and a pristine grade, where PSA's got a completely different grading scale. So,
kind
of shitty.
That's a good point.
And we know SGC people will, because I think it's in a connected complex. So, God knows those people are going to be walking down the block, walking into the other side of the building, and grading cards for PSA, and then doing it for SGC. Like, if not everyone, it'll be some senior people that'll be bouncing around doing training and stuff like that. It's definitely going to be a lot of intermingling between the two, which I don't blame them, but I don't know. It's weird. Just delete SGC already, please.
What's worst case scenario with the SGC, with the Florida situation? we get a bunch of 8.5s. They don't know what they're doing and start giving weird grades. I mean,
I think the
that's
grading's
what
going
it
to be
feels
tough.
like.
Yep, I think the grading's going to be tough. Like just like how every time we boom, we get a surplus of new employees that make minimum wage, and they don't know what the f they're doing. Like they're not us. They haven't been grading every day for 5 years. They got a lot of learning to do of what's what, and that's when people get wrecked and you get 8.5s. This happened every time.
I think the most part, most of us that do that wouldn't do a job like that too, because we know we could probably make more money, doing that. If we were going to invest full time into something, you could probably make, more money doing the grading kind of stuff. So I think there's a lot of them where they have an attention to detail. For those of you out there that have worked with disc, that might sound a little corporate of me, but a high C disc style probably works well. Maybe an SC style, and it's something where you need to be accurate. I think what I don't know, what I'm not confident is the QA check side of stuff. I don't know how much they really are QA checking. Like, I know it's a thing, I know it's listed in the pizza tracker, all the rest of it. I don't know how much time, how much effort, how many people are invested in the QA check-in.
Yeah.
Not just trainees, not just new hires, like you were saying, you get someone trained up, you get them in there, that kind of stuff. But in the actual process, because even someone that's been there a while could make a mistake. I've had cards, we all have. We've looked at them and we're like, that's not the grade. Like, that doesn't make. Well, look at this card compared to this other one in the same grade, or the other one in a different grade, and it's really hard to contemplate the sense, like just the logic behind it, objectively. So I don't know. We'll see. It's a good point though with the SGC thing, because they're in a different mindset, especially those that have already been programmed in their head. This is the grade system. This is the grade logic. Having to reprogram that in a different way, yeah, it might look a little different.
Yeah, it's scary. I think they should just eliminate the competition and just delete SGC, and maybe this is their first lean into that, because that happens through acquisition a lot of times. Like you can just swallow up a competitor and rebrand it.
Usually instantly though, which they didn't do. And I think some of us would, like, I think I was thinking that might happen a little bit. In my head, I was thinking, well, SGC, okay, well, that's going to be PSA now. And they didn't. And in fact, it was almost the opposite. It was, no, they outwardly said, no, we're going to let SGC do their thing. We're going to let them continue to operate their own way and their own style and their own team and stuff. Right? Like, wasn't that was a thing that they communicated? And I don't know if any of us saw that coming.
I know what else I could see now. Maybe they don't delete SGC. Is you're going to have one building, two different companies getting two different completely types of plastic for cards. Is I could see PSA changing like a label and making it an SGC label with that slab. Just so you're only getting one SKU of slab, or you're limiting the number of SKUs you have massively. That'd be a huge cost save. You're getting rid of the tuxedo, but you could make the label all solid black or something, like pay respects to it. SGC would be sexier if the slab was smaller, to be honest.
They've made a big deal about the tuxedo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if I love the slab itself. So you might be onto something. Yeah. Yeah, the SGC I have, it doesn't fit into any of the sleeves or pockets or plastic things that I have that that may fit it. It just feels a little like out of the ordinary, almost. That might be a good phrase for it. A little out of the ordinary. Yeah.
Seeing if I got one.
I got it. I don't know if I have it handy. I have my box somewhere. Yeah.
Such a
Yeah,
sexy card.
it's just not even remotely close to PSA. Oh,
Nope.
excuse me. Yeah, not even close. Oh, you want to see something cool? I had so
Oh,
my
yeah.
wife's my wife's a teacher, right? And she has a lot of students that I've given a lot of cards to. I threw them like a lot of Pokemon stuff the past month or so, as they were wrapping up the school year. And one of them has one of those like fancy 3D printers. And as a thank you for all the stuff that I gave to them, I gave him a full box of Topps 1988 baseball cards, like literally the entire set, a full set collection that I had. And as a thank you, he printed me a Pikachu, like a 3D printed Pikachu card.
That's pretty
How
dope.
freaking cool is that? Like, and it's like super 3D. You can see it.
That's pretty cool.
It's so awesome. So I'm like, yeah, I need to like display that
Should have
somewhere.
told them to make it a little smaller so it can fit into a graded guard.
Yeah, it's not Pokemon card size. I mean, you can see it.
A slab. It's almost slab. Oh shit!
It's big.
It's about the size of an SGC slab.
It's not as heavy though. It's still half the weight. Yeah, like quality. Pretty. You can see pretty thick. Like pretty slabby. Awesome. I didn't know
Very
that was a
cool.
thing. I didn't know they were 3D printing Pokemon cards now. That's a thing apparently.
Everything, dude. Everything.
Amazing. I
It's
was mind
crazy.
blown when I saw this.
Yeah.
What do we else? Oh, PSA cleaning too. So I know I got the email. I saw. Did you see Shug's video? Shug Nasty's video about.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know if you did. Okay, so I made a comment on it because he talked about, for those of you who haven't seen it, you need to check it out. Shug Nasty's video. He did one about PSA cleaning cards, basically. You know, when you submit it and starting to charge for it. I made a comment because they've already been doing that. I submitted a couple of cards by accident years ago. It was like probably 4 years ago, and I remember submitting the wrong ones. And after I submitted and I posted them out, the two Pikachu's that I was supposed to was still on my desk, and I was like, "Oh crap!" I'd separated them, and when I'd separated them, I grabbed the wrong two to
Yeah.
add to the pile, and it was the two with like dust and fingerprints, like I hadn't cleaned up ready. They cleaned them up. Those two cards got tens. So I know they wiped them down. I know they dusted them. I saw the pictures. I saw the slabs when I got them back. They were clean. They had zero on them. So I know when that grader got it, it looked at it and it went, well, it looks good. Yeah, I'll wipe it off and I'll give it a 10. Like it was a 10. It just needed wiping off, cleaning. They'd been tacked to the side because I was going to put it with the next set because I hadn't cleaned it yet. I was rushing on, whatever. I remember them wiping them off, got the 10s, and I was like, man, I got real lucky that it did that because it could have very easily given it like a 7 or 8 or something.
Right.
And Sugar was talking about it, how they're now charging for that service. And I'm like, they'd already been doing that. That's really sneaky of them to like start charging. But also, I get it. That probably adds a minute, 30 seconds, whatever it is that they've already been doing for free out of the goodness of the
For sure.
heart or whatever, and now they're charging for it. Business wise, it makes like this should be like it makes this. Yeah, time is money, right? It makes sense, but also you guys have been doing that for a little while, included in the expensive cost. It already is expensive to grade, even at value. I still think it's way overpriced. So yeah, that was my personal experience with it. I enjoyed that video that it made, but I'm curious, have you had that experience? Do you feel like they've ever cleaned or wiped or dusted or any of your stuff? Would you pay for it at this point? I feel like maybe we don't have a choice.
No, pretty much across the board. Haven't had an experience. Another company that Collectors owns is WADA, and they've had a cleaning service forever.
Yeah.
on their graded games and stuff. And I do typically utilize that. It's so big. Like I just
How much is it for the box?
What?
I guess we're talking about sealed boxes, though, right?
Yeah, the cellophane generally. Yeah,
How much is that? Do you know? Is it just
30
a few
bucks
bucks?
or 20 bucks maybe. Might be 20
Extra?
bucks. Yeah, it's not cheap.
Holy crap! I thought you were gonna say like
Maybe it's
$4 or
five.
something.
Maybe it's $5. I'm mixing it up. Might be $5.
We should look at that because I'm curious. What I'm really curious on is, are people just going to send stuff without even touching it and just pay, and they're going to have clean cards and dirty cards, and they're just going to like, whatever, I'll just pay for it? Because I feel like you can save with this new system if you just take that minute to like check through your cards, see if there's any has a fingerprint on, if anyone has a dust or a hair or whatever stuck to it, and wipe it off. It really doesn't take that much effort. It's overpriced for what it is that you're getting, the value of service. But what you're saying with the boxes, the cellophane, that feels like something where you do need a little bit more attention to detail, but also a bit more like delicacy there, right?
Yeah, it's almost impossible for me to freaking package the thing without getting my fingers all over it. So I'm like, F it. Here's $10. You got it. Done.
I'd probably do the same.
Yeah.
I know CGC does it with the comics, do the pressing and the cleaning. And that's not much.
Pressing's
that's not
interesting.
much.
Yeah, it's weird to me that pressing's okay. Because you're flattening it again. Just I don't know why it's not okay with cards, but it is with comics. But here we are.
I think the thing with cards for me, and I think we've talked about it before, but the what if you didn't know? What if you bought a card and it was a PSA 10 or a CGC 10 or an SGC 10 or a BGS 10, whatever? You bought it and it looked clean, it looked sharp, it looked exactly how it should look. Does it matter if it was pressed? Does it matter if it was cleaned, wiped, polished, whatever? It's that card and it's in that grade. You know, it's not like some of these celebrities right now getting Botox in the face where it's so obvious. They're not 30 anymore. They're trying to look 30. These cards look 30. Like they do look like the original when they're cleaned up and they're straightened and they're pressed or whatever. So I think it is harder to justify having a problem with that when objectively they look exactly the same. If they do.
Yeah. Yep.
I just don't think it's black and white. It's tough. And where's that line? Where's that borderline of this is now like an edited card or altered card or whatever. I don't know where that line is myself.
Yeah.
I think if I got one and it was a 10 and it had been altered or cleaned or pressed or whatever, I'd rather not know and just try and be naive and ignorant to the fact that I just bought a 10. I know or 9 or whatever it is. I bought this card and it's what I asked for and it's what I paid for. And that's what it is. And it looks and acts and appears exactly that same way.
That's all that matters. Perfect.
Ignorance, right? Like it's just that. Then that's that. That is the card. That is that grade. That is that quality. You know, I don't think it's rocket science. I think a lot of people are making it out to be some bigger, more difficult, more complicated, more Team Rocket version of what it really is. And I don't think the devil's behind it. I don't think it is that big of a deal. I think we just need some simplicity and logic behind it, personally.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Have you opened any Destined Rivals? Any of our new Rocket set?
12 packs, 6 packs from 2 different shops.
Yeah.
Just literally just one semi-okay hit.
I got the Moltres. Okay.
Yep. Team Rocket's Moltres, pretty sexy. But I did buy like 12 Zapdos cards hoping
Yep.
to get a pristine 10 in the stack.
Do they look clean?
Yeah, I was I don't know if I've mentioned on here. The game store I go to, they rip a few cases to sell singles, and they always let people go through the bulk. So I pick and
Oh,
choose
wow.
through the bulk hollows and reverses to find minty ones.
Yeah.
So I'm hopeful.
I'm looking at the text on this set where it says the Team Rocket.
It's like small, yeah.
I don't love it. Something feels a little like basic about it. I don't know what it is. Something just like the font just seems different.
Oh, maybe you got some fake ones. Did you buy some fake ones?
You tell me, Pokey Chef, Pokemon Wonder, Mason.
Ooh.
Did I buy fake ones?
Oh, how much
No.
did you buy? How much they ripped for you?
A lot. But yeah, they look real.
A lot.
So I got Orange Mobile Stiff.
That's a fire card. I wouldn't mind having that, just like as an homage to the game that I played. It was a good game. That was a good storyline.
It is cool. I don't know if I love the colors on that card. Something weird about it. And then I got, let's see if I can get some focus.
The Chibi Giovanni, yeah.
Get my ugly face out of here. Maybe there we go. That is freaking cute. I think when I looked at the spoilers, I'm pretty sure that was my chase. It was a Team Rocket Meowth. I seem to remember looking at it and thinking that'd be cool. So
is that the ETB promo? No, that's Wobbuffet, right? Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not that. But it is similar style though. It might be the same artist. Actually, it's Yukichi. It might be the same artist. That like solid black line outline. Yeah, pretty cool. And then we've got a pretty good mix of different cards in there in the ones I opened. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's interesting. Big set though.
Yeah. You doing a binder or what are you thinking?
I was thinking, but now I'm wondering, with how many cards there are and how difficult of a time I'm having to find any MSRP, how realistic it is. Over the next month, I think we'll be telling to see, maybe like you say, I can find a spot or two in PA or Maryland when I'm up there for the next week. Maybe I can find a couple of spots, but in my area right now, there's nothing.
Yeah,
I'm not finding anything. Did you do pre-release?
No. Oh, I was there. I went there on Memorial Day, the Monday, and they had products for sale. It was available.
Of Justin Rivals.
Yep.
Nice.
So that was on what? Trying to pull up my calendar. The 26th.
Last Monday.
Yeah, they had all their stuff out. It was like $6.99 a pack at one place, and the other place was $4.99. Respect. So I bought 6 of each just to rip them. It was fun. It's a cool set. Got cooked. Like it is totally not worth it, but I wanted to open some of them just because I would love to make a binder of it, but it's not like 151. 151 was so cheap, and it was everywhere.
We got everything. I remember getting the Zapdos box and the
everywhere.
The premium box, the ETBs, the little packet boxes of it. I feel like I got one of pretty much everything. Just ran with it, and we did some trades and stuff. Like, yeah, that was way more available than this is, despite the demand. I feel like everyone wanted it too.
Yeah,
like everybody wanted 151. We all went crazy for it.
Yeah, it was available though. It was like Costco, UPCs were just chilling for 79 or 89.99.
Best Buy, Walmart was selling it, GameStop, Pokemon Center. Like it was. I got it from a few different places. Yeah, I think Target had some too.
Such a no-brainer. I wish I had more than $5,000 liquidity at the time that I was willing to just to throw at it. That was the easiest thing.
Which is that mindset. I really want to channel. I feel like we touched on this last episode. I want to channel that for 30th.
Yeah. Something's gonna come out of it, I'm sure.
That's got to be a good set. They can't let us down with that. After the 20th and the 25th, how good they were, and then 151. 30th has got to be
Generations was not good for a while. I feel like though. I feel now it's cooking, but I feel like it was pretty dark.
That Pikachu promo is. Whoosh. Oh my god, there's a couple of good cards in there for sure. Yeah. You need something that's a little different. I'm curious if they're going to do any cool Japanese promos the next few months, especially leading up to Christmas. I feel like we've had the like Q3, Q4 of each year. Japan has had like cool promos. We're just getting into that territory of the year when they seem to do that. We'll see. I'm still waiting on a special delivery Dragonite. Pokemon Center US. Where is it? We need that.
Did you get the other promo I sent you? Not sent you, but you sent you the link to?
No. I didn't. I forgot about that. You did send me the link.
Pokemon Center Tyranitar. It was you said to spend $15 and you got it. I was like, this is gonna be worth.
I forgot if I bought it. Did I buy it? I don't remember if I bought it.
I just bought 2 things of sleeves and call it a day, just to get one of them.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Special delivery was special. I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah, not as special as the felt hat Pikachu's, but
yeah, I'm glad they have that safe in a binder.
Yeah. So going back to like Destined Rivals printing and stuff, you saw they announced the print numbers 10.2 billion fasteners or not fasteners, cards made in the last year.
Did we guess? Did we guess in an episode? I feel like we took a stab at what we thought it might be.
I feel like we did, but God knows where that is, even though we don't have tons of episodes this year.
I don't remember what it was.
But yeah,
it feels low though.
Yeah, I'm shocked. What do you think? Because last year, the year before was 11.9, so it's down 1.7 billion cards. What is your thoughts as to why?
I remember thinking, I've had the mindset that they're not going to ramp up printing, even with demand. I seem to remember talking about it a little bit. I really don't think they're going to ramp up printing because why? Like why do that? If you can keep demand going for longer and kind of trickle it a little bit, why just fulfill everyone's needs? Like, where does the demand go? If you just give everyone what they need, demand's got to like patter down, right? It's got to cool and damper down a little bit. I don't know what the phrase would be, but it can't be as like strong. Whereas if you're constantly vying for that attention, vying for that demand of here's some, which is what they've been doing, not quite giving them like, yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing. For sure, that's what they've been doing recently with demand very strong, stronger than ever. I know we had the boom, but I still think this might be the strongest ever demand we've ever had.
Yeah.
Even demand wise, when we had the boom and Logan Paul and all the rest of it, I think people know this is a good thing and it's fun and it's exciting and what the options and the abilities are with it. You know, you got binders, singles, playing, grading, selling. There's just every angle you could take with it. And balls in their court, right? So why would you just print everything, just let it all out there, and then just let the people do what they do? They're just controlling the market, not just the secondary, but quite literally, the first hand market of selling business to consumer. It makes sense. I see why it'd be down, but also it's kind of disappointing because selfishly, I want them to print what we want. I want them to fulfill demand. I want to. I
Yeah.
want to be able to go buy at Target a bunch of Destined Rivals today. Like I
Right.
want that. I can't be the only person wanting that. There's got to be other people feeling that way. But would that hurt the hobby? I don't know. Maybe.
Depends how much you care about the price of everything. So if you can go the next 5 years without buying and selling cards, then make them go per. But
There's a trust though, right? They're the biggest IP in the world. We've talked about that. It's pretty solidified. They are the biggest. So there's got to be a trust of they know what they're doing.
yeah,
Hopefully they know what they're doing. We've got to trust them. They understand the forecast, the market, how it is right now, how it's been, how it's going to be, that kind of stuff. But it's still, I don't know what the right thing is.
yeah, I think
I don't know
them.
what I would do.
I wouldn't have guessed they were gonna throttle back. I thought it was just gonna perpetually go up the printing for me to see that in this market that they're able to throttle it back because Scarlet and Violet for a while was very, very, very available on Pokemon Center.
Yeah.
Things weren't flying off the shelves for a while. A lot of
Mhm.
sets were pretty buns, not very good, and they're like, okay, like pulled it back a little bit, and that's cool to see that they had the mindset to instead of pushing out the extra 1.7 billion and just putting it into a warehouse because we did it last year. Let's just do that again, and we just won't expose the market to it. They actually pulled back and had like the knowledge to like, hey, let's chill for a minute. We got this, and then yeah, so it'll be.
Do you
I
think
could expect over 11.9 billion probably next year.
you do?
Over 11.9 billion in this year. Yeah,
I don't. I feel the opposite. I feel like
for
it's going to
sure.
be like around the 10 billion mark still.
No, all the sports card places getting it. It is so much higher now. I feel like we
I
just
was
can't.
not expecting you to say that.
We just can't touch it because it's like widespread. It's like a bird shot now
So do you
everywhere.
feel so for this 10.2 number, do you feel like that was purposeful?
Oh yeah, only thing that makes
Okay.
sense.
And you think more would be purposeful too? Like like consciously trying to make more. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think come May next year we'll see that we're back at around 11.9 or higher.
See, I don't know, even with my thought process of feeling pretty confident that they wouldn't try to print more because we talked about me not thinking that they would add another printer or add another unit or warehouse or location or whatever. Like I genuinely don't believe they would do that. And haven't for a while. I'm still not sure if the more I think about it, like could they have outsourced to a third party? Could that
Yeah,
have been could that have been 15 billion or 14 billion or 13 billion this year, this past year? Maybe I'm ignorant. Like I literally I don't know. Like should it have been 9, but they did overtime, mandatory overtime. They pushed their employees, they hired extra, they pushed it up to 10.2, and that was way past what they really could have done capacity wise. Maybe that was balls to the wall.
yeah,
And 11.9 was only capable because there was third parties. Now they have their own print facility and they all maxing out and things are a little bit different. I don't know. in my gut says, like what you're saying, they controlled that number, reduced it down. They had a cap, like we need to like hold this a little bit. But I don't think they're gonna come back from that and go back up again, like try and push higher again. So that's super interesting hearing that from you, because I'm thinking next year might, this next year, should I say, should be 9, maybe 10. I'm thinking less.
Intentionally, or that's what it
Yeah.
feels like.
Yeah. No. Like I think they're gonna. Yeah, I think they're gonna damper it down and focus on maybe premium products, maybe more expensive, $50 to $100 type products. Damper it down a little bit, less volume and more on the quality of the product rather than volume, because it's got to be more expensive to print bulk and cheaper stuff than it has to print the expensive stuff that's basically cost the same, but they can sell it for more. I don't know. We should come back to this in a year's time. Next
Yeah,
summer.
I just did some quick math just to like 11.2 million. That was where we're at now, I believe, or 10.2. So anyways, I did 10 billion. Yeah, it was 10.2 billion, right? Drawn it, yeah, 10.2 billion. So 10.2 billion, call the US market 65%. I think it might be a little high even of the total market, total available market. Call it 65%, that's 590 million. So divide 590 million by 11 cards, that gives you 909 million packs. That doesn't make sense. 590 million times 0.6. But all right, 1 second. These numbers are jacked. That's what I get for using a fucking calculator inside of this. 10 billion. 200.
It's like 3. It's like 3. Yeah.
So 1 second times 0.65 is 6
million.
billion. 630 million is the total available market. Divided by 11 gives you the number of packs. 602 million packs. Call them English packs, and if you divide that by 365, I was doing that's 1.6 million packs getting ripped a day of English product. That seems like a big number. That seems massive.
But did it seem sustainable?
Yeah, based on stuff
Because
being kept.
Pokemon's about sustainability and brand and keeping this thing alive.
Yeah,
that's where my mind's at. They're not about making the quick buck. This place has been running for 30 years.
yeah, yeah. I think they see the headlines. They see kids fighting. Penguin Z0 Moist Critical is now posting videos every other day about people punching each other in the nuts for Pokemon cards.
Yeah,
he's the new Rattle Pokemon apparently. It's so strange, all this crap, and then I got again these family members like, "Hey, don't you do Pokemon? Why are you going to Meyer to punch kids in the face to get Pokemon cards?" I'm like, "This is a great look. I appreciate all of this." Yeah, it just. I think we're still, like you said, we're in the middle of the boom of booms right now, and there ain't no way they're not printing more this year than the prior year. I'd almost put thousands on it. Like, if you want to put a bet on it, I'll put something on it with you. Let me know. I'm ready. I like losing money, bro. I got a promo I can put up.
I wonder if the new generation is going to change the culture, going to change the hobby a little bit. We're not far away. It's not far. Like, we're close.
I also think we are in a new time. there is some fucking dumb money buying sealed products and putting it away. So when those new whatever generation, whatever you want to call it, two colors that haven't come out yet, call it pink and violet. I don't. We just had violet. Jesus Christ. Call it two different random colors. Whatever they come out. I tell you what, dude. I don't know. I feel like this hits $100 because it's new Pokemon. There's only a few alt arts because it's the base set of the new set. It's going to be the shittiest one.
Yep.
Like always, it'll be cheap. It's going to be cheaper than what we're experiencing now.
You think?
Yeah. It won't be available on Pokemon Center at 160. Probably it'll be close. I think there's enough people. If you can't buy them in cases, they might be there for a while. But if you can buy them in quantities of 6 and get cases shipped to you, MSRP will probably be a floor with the way we're moving.
I don't know what to expect. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't expected anything from this past year.
Yeah, it's tough too. Yeah.
This past year, I mean, I haven't seen any of what's come with the prices these past few months, with the sets that have come out, and I kind of like it though. I don't know what's next. I kind of like that. I don't know what's going to happen next.
Literally.
Honestly, I don't. Like, I literally don't know the next 6 months what it looks like.
Yep.
I know what I think.
At 33% above MSRP now, like who's next? Like what?
Bastards.
It's crazy.
Bastards.
I don't
Absolute
blame them.
bastards. I mean, they're like, it's just, here's the thing. Okay, so what Walmart, so Publix, Kroger, they start going, oh, this person's only charging $1 for cucumbers. This person's only charging $2 for strawberries. Oh, like, let's take the market on that. Like, it's a very slippery slope when you start getting it in competition, and this is the market price, and this is what they're charging in this state. No.
What's that called with like gas that's illegal? Like
it's called price gouging.
Gouging.
And that's what's happening.
Yeah.
So very good call out, and that's my exact concern. Is they're gouging the prices. I don't feel like that's legal.
It's not for gasoline.
And obviously law is like precedent, but for me in my chest, in my heart, it doesn't feel ethical what they're doing with that. For a hobby, something that's supposed to be enjoyment and fun, controlling prices, upticking it when you're like a major supplier of that product feels just as bad as Walmart upcharging for water, toilet paper, bread, whatever it is. When a hurricane comes through, or when supplies from China are bad or whatever. I don't know. It just feels wrong. There's profit to be made. We'll make the profit from kids, from people that are trying to enjoy life. It doesn't sit right. It feels like a gouging situation. That's a good call out.
Price gouging, Google AI overview. Price gouging, in essence, is the practice of raising prices significantly on goods or services during a crisis or emergency, often to the detriment of consumers. While not illegal at the federal level, most states prohibit price gouging, particularly during states of emergency. Here's a more detailed explanation. It involves charging customers unconsiderably high price for goods and services, often when there's a sudden increase in demand or a shortage of supply. This is literally just price gouging.
So that is what's happening.
That exactly to the definition.
That is, and it may not be taken seriously because it's a game, it's a collectible, whatever you can name it, whatever it is. But there's a demand, there's a high demand, and they're optimizing on that in the sake of making money. That feels wrong. in Florida, some of you are in Florida, you are. When we have a hurricane come through and we have states of emergencies, Ron DeSantis, our governor, he makes it illegal to price gouge. He says you can't upcharge for gas, you can't upcharge for water, for bread, for all your essentials, everything you need to get through a hurricane. If you do that, police are going to come, they're going to arrest you.
Yeah.
Literally, they'll go and arrest the owner of the gas station for doing that stuff. And they should. Like, that's messed up. Like, why should you optimize and try and make money from people in need? This feels like a very similar situation. And maybe I sound dumb for saying it, but it just feels wrong. Something feels wrong about that.
The biggest difference is these aren't necessities. Because, like it says here, for Michigan, price gouging is prohibited in Michigan, particularly during emergencies. So, what do you consider an emergency?
Whatever,
yeah, emergencies are probably literally. It's just you go back to the code. Like, is it essential? Is it essential? Is it essential? Stuff like that. So, where Pokemon is not, it's one of those goods that you don't need. So.
Okay, so what if it was coffee?
Right, that hits a broader market. That would hit way more headlines.
Coffee isn't essential.
Eggs, we're getting close. Those got pretty global.
Eggs aren't essential. You could eat cereal, right? Yeah. But there's a hell of a lot of demand and a lot of people that'd be very passionate if we had no eggs and no coffee available. Same thing. And I think that, like, pressure almost from the public, and we're talking about the biggest IP in the world, and they're just doing what they want the prices. Pokemon's they got to rein that in. They got to figure that out.
Yeah,
it is not a good situation for the stores to be able to just control their own prices like that. Not these kind of stores, anyway. Feels gross.
I don't blame them at all. I would do it too if I had a store, but yeah, it's everything I'm seeing is the price gouging is only things that are essential.
Period. Did you see their stock dropped a little bit and then a little bit of turmoil? They just bought a bunch of Bitcoin.
Who?
With GameStop with some of their
products. Yeah, I heard that. Well, they were pretty liquid, so
yeah, they're in a weird spot right now. I don't know if I'm sure on what their long-term plan is. I don't know if they've had a long-term plan for a while.
Die.
Yeah.
I feel like GameStop's cooking. With collectors on their freaking board now.
A Funko's still a thing? I feel like Funko's
I don't know how, but yeah, people, the boo-boos will kick those to the curb here pretty quick.
Well, yeah, there's that too. There's fads, there's changes, I don't know. The Pokemon price MSRP is a weird one for me. Pokemon. What's the fix? Is it Pokemon Center has more stock, managers pre-orders, managers lines, queues? How do we fix this? Because I wasn't able to get either of the last two sets on Pokemon Center.
You
sold out of everything.
Increase demand or increase supply, and also fix your freaking your waiting room and give people a freaking ETA when they're going to get through their freaking timeline.
So let's focus on the first thing he said just then. He said increase supply. All of their supply isn't going to PokemonCenter.com. So is it increase or is it reallocate?
Yeah.
Because why are we sending it to GameStop for them to make profit when you could sell that same product on your own website and probably make more money, more profit than you would selling to them at distribution price, selling directly to the consumer? So, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's like some changes. I feel like Pokemon could make some smart changes based on what's happening with just distributors, we've seen Mason quoting distribution prices in the Discord of stuff that like doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
To sell to stores. Like Pokemon could literally just be selling on their own website. Maybe it's just a case of their distribution themselves. Like they don't have the capacity to ship that much stuff. Like they don't have the warehouse, they don't have the staff. I don't know.
It would be a massive Amazon size buildings, you know, it'd be huge to pump out what they're doing. So
Think big, be big. Amazon's one of the biggest companies in the world ever now because of that.
Yeah.
You know,
might as well just drop ship through Amazon. Might as well just use Amazon's.
MTG's doing it. I'm sure they're not doing it at a loss. They're going to be making profit.
Yeah, I feel like Pokemon cares more. I feel like they got some more smarter people than Hasbro.
They give a fuck about me. I couldn't buy the product the last 2 drops.
Yeah.
So how much do they care? They didn't make products available for me. They didn't give me access to buy it.
You got to do better.
I don't know.
Try harder.
Yeah, Pokemon. Oh, I don't know. There's a million ways we could spin it.
Go get a job there. You might be able to get some access to something. They might have their own Pokemon Center inside of their building, like the Apple stores and stuff, Google stores.
Yeah, they need. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I went to California a long time ago, 7 years ago, and the first time I was over there, I was like, "Oh, I want to go check out the Google campus."
Yeah.
So I went there, and of course, there's a freaking Google store on campus. Let me show you this. It was pretty dope. See if I got it. It was like a leather bound.
Was it condoms in the restroom?
Yeah, it says Google, but it was like a leather bound paper notebook I got. It was really dope. It just with Google stamped into it.
That is cool.
What the fuck did I do with it?
You could do a Red Dead Redemption 2 style author little pictures in it. Every time you see a bird or a tree, make a little sketch.
Yeah. Found it. It was just so simple. I was so excited.
That is cool.
It's pretty big too. But I could not find replacement inserts.
A tech company doing paper products always blows my mind.
So dope. Completely filled the bitch out. Every page has got shit on it from my work.
Yeah?
Every page.
I kind of like that. They actually used it. It's full
stuff. Oh, yeah. I got so many notebooks, dude, for notes and shit. I just started using OneNote, though. Chef's kiss.
You like it? I just wish it saved instantly.
It doesn't?
When
I close it, it's saved.
Yeah, it takes a second or two. I mean, like, instantly. I'm like, I don't know. I'm a bitch. Whatever. I run 4 screens split in half. I'm like running 8 screens at a time, and I'm like, tab. Like it's like sometimes I feel like I'm in the Matrix, but like the most boring version of the Matrix you could ever think of, and like doing all this stuff, and I'll go to close a OneNote, and it's like, are you sure you want to leave? It hasn't saved. I'm like, okay, I'll wait 3 seconds, and then it'll do the little logo up there, does it, and then I'll close it out, and it's, I don't know.
I'm gonna have to put that to the test tomorrow. Now I'm curious because I've never had that problem.
Little tinker that one, but yeah, it is good. What I do like about it is being able to organize. I feel like I can always organize the folders. The only problem is long term, you end up having to reorganize it, and then also the actual notes. You want to make sure you go bottom to top. If it's a recurring note or recurring meeting, don't go top to bottom, because every time you jump into it, you have to scroll to the bottom.
Yeah.
And it gets longer and longer and longer every time. So always start from the bottom and go to the top. I've been using it for years at this point. Actually, yeah, it's been a while, and I think you'll like it a lot. Just try and stay organized.
Yeah.
With it, because it doesn't automatic. There's no automation in any of it. It's very manual. So try and stay organized with it.
Yeah, I've been using it for like 6 months, and it's definitely a little messy in some of my different tabs, but
yeah, you just gotta throw it in. But you know where everything is and where to get to it.
Yeah,
That's because it is manual. Like that's the good part of it for sure. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, man. Ready to wrap?
Let's rock and roll. Everybody, give us a thumbs up. It's been a minute, so if you listened, give us a thumbs up on the video. Go to the spicy comment section, hit thumbs up on your favorite, and then leave your own so we can give you a thumbs up. We do read them. We do interact. We do give thumbs up. And I know the viewers, you are the guys in there listening and watching to us. You guys comment and give thumbs up on the others too. So don't be afraid to get involved. We need a spicy comment for the next one. We're gonna go live with our friends, Bugs Nostalgia. You know, basically and Pongo we got, right? Got both.
Yep.
Okay. So we're gonna be doing a little fun time with them. So give us a couple of spicy comments for that we can kick off with, and then we're having some fun time. But appreciate it. Take care. Bye.